Good afternoon. Welcome to the seventh installment of SML Foresight. This week, we'll be talking about Season 81, Weeks 4 through 6. Before we do, though, let's take a peek at what happened in Weeks 1 and 3. Well, we all come to the realization that if we've been beating Matt before, then by extension, we've beaten Prime, because that's how it works. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Starting off, we have my triumphant victory over the Seattle Seahawks 24-17. Fans of First and Goal know the Panthers have a long-standing history of beating the Seahawks. And since everyone watches First and Goal, it troubles me that only 25% of the league got this one right. Oh well, enjoy the point, Steele, Fig, Trick, and KP. You all deserve it. Matt came up short on the scoreboard here with a 7-point loss to Chicago, but I believe the message has been delivered loud and clear to everyone. He's ready to take this season seriously, and damn it, he's going to get a 500 record. That's the ultimate goal. A few folks sided with the Eagles and came away winners, even if Philadelphia didn't on the score sheet. Congratulations to Steele, Prime, Stavo, and KP. We all expected the Texans to win, but nobody expected it to be this close. Hell, even I had second thoughts from my previous video and went with Houston. Well, it looks like Fig took that personally and came about 20 yards from straight up taking the win. While he came up short, he did keep it well within 13.5 points, and really, that's all we care about. Now, to look at some of our survivor losses, the rise of Mike and his now 3-0 Dallas Cowboys has brought with it a casualty. Now, which idiot went against him? Let's see. Oh no. Uh-oh. Well, let's just go ahead and move on then, shall we? It was an educated risk to take the lowly Buccaneers against the even lowlier 49ers to open up, to allow for stronger owners later in the survivor game. Well, San Francisco just took Prime back to school by whipping the Bucs 27-10 and eliminating the SML commish. And if we've learned anything early on in Season 81, it's that QP's Chiefs aren't to be messed with. Unfortunately for Steele, it was Week 1, and unfortunately that lesson hadn't been taught yet. Moving on to weekly picks for Weeks 4 through 6. Starting off, we got Tampa Bay and Seattle. Seattle is off to a rough start, and unless Doink can pull a rabbit out of his hat against Stavo's Falcons later tonight, there is the possibility he comes into this game winless at 0-3. After this game, he'll be winless no more. I'll take Seattle to get their season back on track and run rampant over the Buccaneers with a double-digit win. Elsewhere in Week 4, we got the Rams and the Saints. Not nice as Saints are coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Jaguars, and they are staring down the barrel of a 1-3 start with a visit from Steele's Rams. This is not NFC South bias here. I just think Steele's Rams are more than a touchdown better than the Saints. The next big thing gets their next big win. Give me the Rams to cover the 7.5 points. In Week 5, this is a very good matchup at the right time of the year. Will Tug's Broncos be able to right the ship after a rough 1-2 start? Will KP's Colts continue their rise back up to the upper echelon of the AFC hierarchy? Will these new diapers I'm wearing be more absorbent than the previous ones? There are so many questions. Give me the Broncos to win this game outright. The extra points are just icing on the cake. The Giants and the Commanders. A very curious matchup in the NFC East with the Giants and the Commanders, who each have had some curious results early on in Season 81. The Giants have stumbled off the starting block, and the same might be said of the Commies, who needed some late-game serendipity from the Dolphins field goal team to give them a win. Here, I'll side with the NFC East champs to knock off the Commanders by at least more than 5. In Week 6, the bottom of the AFC South gets the spotlight this week as the Jaguars and Titans slap fight for third place. With 4.5 points to cover, I still like the Jaguars. Woods has won every game against NYT in this cycle, and most of them have been high-scoring affairs. Expect more fireworks in this tilt. And finally, this is my game of the week. Damon and the Packers come into this matchup at 4.5-point favorites as well, and Raider fan is just hoping to latch onto something as he has dipped below the 500 mark early in season 81. Las Vegas has had some nail-biting losses to Prime and Eddie, so he's got to get it right here. I expect another loss here by a field goal, unfortunately, for Vegas, so throw this game on top of the pile of moral victories. Pressing on to Survivor, weeks 4 through 6. Starting off with week 4, we got Atlanta and Tennessee. I guess this is the week to pick on the Titans. I don't know, because I don't see them making much headway against Stavo and the Falcons. Atlanta will continue to right the ship with a comfortable win over Tennessee. Sometimes you just got to take the low-hanging fruit. If you want a sure thing, go with the Browns over the Niners. Yeah, that's it. Week 5, Raider fan has played admirably against top competition early on. Woods doesn't really qualify as top competition, so if you put 2 and 2 together, you get the Raiders as a pretty good Survivor pick here in week 5. The 2 worst defenses and points allowed will square off, and it's a race to 100 between the Patriots and the Steelers. I do like Torque's offense just a smidgen more than DW's, so if you're feeling brave, take a team you won't be able to pick often and use the Steelers here. So, QP is back on the warpath. Fig is still winless, so naturally the Chargers will continue their dominance of the Chiefs, and Fig continues to give his division rivals fits, because that totally makes sense, right? And finally, if you let go of Lamar Jackson, you're going to have a bad time. Give me the Bears to deliver some NFC North justice and deliver upon meets the wrath of 30 other owners for the crime of giving Prime some more ammunition in his pursuit of 5 Simbardis this cycle. And what's my lock of the week? Oh yeah, you're going to pay, Baltimore. Now, current Survivor standings. So we have the 3 individuals who we lost, myself, Prime, and Steel. Still plenty of other folks that are still alive. Fig, unfortunately, you're eliminated too, bud. You got to make picks through 1 through 3. So you got the first one right, so credit to you, but got to make those picks continuously throughout the competition. Now, if you see anything in candy cane, green, or red stripes, that just means either you made the pick or you lost the pick, but you are still going to accumulate points. Again, if you're eliminating Survivor, continue making picks. You will still get points. I still need to code the website to make sure that it can add those picks up, but yeah, you'll still pick up points regardless. It's those folks that end up going deep into the Survivor game that are accumulate just a little bit more points, and then ultimately whoever wins the Survivor competition just gets that extra much more points on top of that. So again, if you're eliminated, please continue to make your picks. And then overall, our Omni standings, Fig's on top. Don't anticipate that's going to be very long given that he's already eliminated himself in Survivor, but nevertheless, a strong pick'em competition has seen him move up to the top. And now, a couple best bets for you. At press time, QP's Chiefs have scalped the Texans and Broncos and have the Raiders in their crosshairs. For me, I've seen enough to say that the Chiefs are for real and are well en route to earning a place back in the AFC playoff. Conversely, Mike's Cowboys are also 3-0, but I'm not getting the same warm fuzzies that I do from KC. Yes, you can only play who's on your schedule, but a comfy win over Minnesota and edging over the Jets isn't moving the needle for me. Let's reevaluate in a few weeks, but for now, I'm not sold on Dallas making the playoff party. And finally, no. You're not getting any playoff forecasting for my team. The most I will say is the obvious. The Panthers are indeed a team that exists. And that's it. All right, that takes care of weeks 4 through 6. Good luck and happy picking.